Violent protests have broken out in the U.S. state of Missouri after a grand jury decided not to press charges against a white police officer for the shooting death of a black teenager. With more, we turn to Paul Lee at the News Center. Paul, 18-year-old Michael Brown was killed 3 months ago, but tensions have now soared to an all-time high. What was the reaction to the grand jury's verdict?
Well, shortly following the announcement, angry protesters poured into the streets, shouting, "No justice, no peace." The situation in the town of Ferguson quickly fell into chaos with reports of mass rioting and arson. The St. Louis County Police Chief is calling it the worst night of violence yet, with riot police using tear gas to disperse the crowds. Meanwhile, thousands of people are rallying across the U.S. from Los Angeles to New York to protest this highly charged case. Our Kim Hyun-bin has the story.
Angry protesters roamed the streets of Ferguson, Missouri. Stores are looted and burned down. Police retaliate by firing tear gas and flashbangs. This was the scene shortly after it was announced that a grand jury had decided not to indict police officer Darren Wilson, who is white, in the shooting death of Michael Brown, an unarmed black teenager, an incident that set off weeks of demonstrations over the summer.
They determined that no probable cause exists to file any charge against Officer Wilson and returned a no true bill on each of the 5 indictments.
Shortly after the announcement, there were reports of gunshots fired, looting, and clashes with police. U.S. President Barack Obama, in response to the grand jury's decision, called on people to remain calm.
First and foremost, we are a nation built on the rule of law. And so we need to accept that this decision was the grand jury's to make. But I join Michael's parents in asking anyone who protests this decision to do so peacefully.
Brown's family said they were profoundly disappointed by the jury's decision, but they asked people to channel their frustration in ways that will make a positive difference. The decision comes amid long-standing racial tensions in a predominantly black city, where white people are dominant in the power structure. The grand jury that decided against indicting Darren Wilson was made up of 9 white and 3 black members. They began meeting in late August, shortly after the incident, and heard evidence provided by the prosecution, as well as eyewitness accounts of the altercation that left 18-year-old Michael Brown dead. Brown's family lawyer says the teen was not resisting when he was shot and killed by police officer Wilson. Wilson's supporters say he opened fire in self-defense. Ahead of the grand jury's decision, Missouri Governor Jay Nixon declared a 30-day state of emergency and called up 400 National Guard troops to the area. Kim Hyun-bin, Arirang News.